Now, hello and welcome back. When you think of Reading, what springs to mind? Traffic jams, 60s office blocks, perhaps vast housing estates? I think that's a little unfair, but you're hardly likely to recall Reading's place in the history books, let's face it. But you might be surprised to learn that Reading has indeed a long and distinguished past, Mai.
Yes, the new Museum of Reading, which opened today, aims to make us all more aware of the town's place in history. And as Peter Henley reports, they're doing it in a very unstuffy way.
Unstuffy?
Yeah.
Using a Saxon sword, the mayor of Reading reopened the town's museum. The biggest attraction is the Victorian replica of the Bayeux tapestry, using woolen techniques to exactly match the original, which told the story of the Norman conquest in 1066. Edward the Confessor, a central figure, was lord of the royal manor in Reading, where William the Conqueror set up a royal court.
William the Conqueror's youngest son, Henry I, founded a great abbey at Reading. He was buried there in 1136. It was one of the greatest abbeys in the kingdom. And, of course, portions of it still remain. So there is quite a strong link between Reading and royal events, both before and after the date 1066.
The abbey that Henry built reflected Reading's status as a royal court. Intricately carved stonework has been reassembled to show the quality of the work. It was at Reading Abbey the first example of a musical score was found. But it's only on the ground you can fully appreciate the scale of a building that was larger than Salisbury Cathedral. Reading is one of the few towns outside London with the grave of a King of England. It's the only town where they're not sure exactly where the grave is. Tourists are told it's just somewhere in the Abbey grounds. It seems Reading people have never taken much interest in their past.
We come across people who've lived in Reading for many years, never knew there was an abbey here, and so many other of the incidents in the past. And so, of course, there's so many recent people coming into Reading, settling down for jobs and so on.
Moving into Reading's Victorian heyday, when biscuits and beer dominated the town, the museum has a Huntley and Palmer exhibition and a film, complete with the genuine smell of biscuits baking. The people from Reading's past are brought to life at the new museum, and there's an amazing number of them. Oscar Wilde and John Bunyan, who were in prison here, Jane Austen, who went to school in Reading, and a modern artistic giant, Kenneth Branagh. And that was the man you saw earlier, Rajinder Sofal, Reading's first black mayor. Peter Henley in Reading for Meridian Tonight.
Yes, Peter Henley could go down in history,
We were just saying that. Peter Henley should be on the wall now as well,
We'll
shouldn't
have to give that a visit. I particularly like the Huntley and Palmer bit, but only if they've actually got real biscuits in it.
I don't mind the smell, that's good enough for me.
Anyway, time